Ready for dictation? Start. Of late crime against women in general and right in particular is on the increase. Stop. It is an irony that while we are celebrating women's right in all spheres, we show little or no concern for her honor. Stop. It is a sad reflection on the attitude of indifference of the society towards the violation of human dignity of the victims of sex crimes. Stop. We must remember that a rapist not only violates the victim's privacy and personal integrity but inevitably causes serious psychological as well as physical harm in the process. Stop. Rape is not merely a physical assault, it is often destructive of the whole personality of the victim. Stop. A murderer destroys the physical body of his victim. A rapist degrades the very soul of the helpless female. Stop. The court, therefore, shoulders a great responsibility while trying an accused on charges of rape. Stop. They must deal with such cases with utmost sensitivity. Stop. The courts should examine the broader probabilities of a case and not get swayed by minor contradictions or insignificant discrepancies in the statement of the prosecutrix, which are not of a fatal nature to throw out an otherwise reliable prosecution case. Stop. If evidence of the prosecutrix inspires confidence, it must be relied upon without seeking corroboration of her statement in material particulars. Stop. If for some reason the court finds it difficult to place implicit reliance on her testimony, it may look for evidence which may lend assurance to her testimony short of corroboration required in the case of an compliance. Stop. The testimony of the prosecutrix must be appreciated in the background of the entire case, and the trial court must be alive to its responsibility and be sensitive while dealing with cases involving sexual molestation. Stop. A prosecutrix of a sex offense cannot be put on par with an accomplice. Stop. She is in fact a victim of the crime. Stop. The Evidence Act nowhere says that her evidence cannot be accepted unless it is corroborated in material particulars. Stop. She is undoubtedly a competent witness under section 118 and her evidence must receive the same weight as is attached to an injured in cases of physical violence. Stop. The same degree of care and caution must attach in the evaluation of her evidence as in the case of an injured complainant or witness, and no more. Stop. What is necessary is that the court must be conscious of the fact that it is dealing with the evidence of a person who is interested in the outcome of the charge leveled by her. Stop. If the court keeps this in mind and feels satisfied that it can act on the evidence of the prosecutrix. Stop. There is no rule of law or practice incorporated in the Indian Evidence Act 1872. Start. In short, Evidence Act close. Similar to illustration B to section 114, which requires it to look for corroboration. Stop. If for some reason the court is hesitant to place implicit reliance on the testimony of the prosecutrix, it must look for evidence which may lend assurance to her testimony short of corroboration required in the case of an accomplice. Stop. The nature of evidence required to lend assurance to the testimony of the prosecutrix must necessarily depend on the facts and circumstances of each case. Stop. But if a prosecutrix is an adult and of full understanding, the court is entitled to base a conviction on her evidence unless the same is on to be infirm and not trustworthy. Stop. If the totality of the circumstances appearing on the record of the case discloses that the prosecutrix does not have a strong motive to falsely involve the person charged, the court should ordinarily have no hesitation in accepting her evidence.